inside my own world of make-believe. Kids screaming in the cradles, profanities. I see the world through eyes covered in ink and bleach. Cross out the ones who heard my cries and watched me weep. I love everything.
How we doing, y'all? Thought I'd go live. It's been a long time since I've gone live, to be honest with you. I think over Halloween, and then before that, months. So it's good to be back on live. Not going to have the thousands of people that some other people get because, you know, I don't know why. Anyway, I thought it was interesting. Okay, there's been a guy named James who has gone viral in the UFO community for allegedly recovering a UFO. And, hang on, let me take this off because that's probably going to affect my mic. That's my wedding ring, by the way. Yeah. My wife will understand. This guy, James, okay? James, I call him Jimmy Jam Jam. He went viral because he allegedly recovered a UFO, took it home, put it on some ammo boxes and styrofoam, rubbed all over it with his hands, but he had a t-shirt there because it was radioactive, so he wanted to make sure that he didn't get any radioactive residue on him. Anyway, he did a live stream a few days ago, or however many days ago it was, and allegedly passed away on camera, right? When he tried to drill into it. An orb appeared, and everyone freaked out and said, oh my God, this guy passed away. Holy shit. And people were genuinely concerned. And I wasn't going to touch the story, but because he had done the live stream where he, you know, allegedly lost his life, I said, this is too much, right? People were really concerned for him. People genuinely believed that this person was no longer with us. And I said, it's too much. Okay, I get it. It's the internet. You know, I do bombshell titles and thumbnail, right? Like, it's okay. We mess around, right? We have a little fun. This is for entertainment as well. But to me, he had crossed a line that I thought was way too much. So I made a video and I called him out. Called him out pretty hard, in fact. And I showed a few things of why I thought it was complete BS. And the amount of hate that I got was insurmountable. I got death threats, y'all. Literal death threats because I didn't believe the guy. And those are real sounds that people make when they die, Patrick, you know. And I was called a fool. I was called every name you can think of. I can only think of a couple other times running vetted that something like this has happened to me, where just an exorbitant amount of hate comes my way. This was one of them. Literally, I can count on one hand how many times that happened. And I make daily videos for the last 2 years about UFOs. But the amount of hate that came my way, that I didn't know what I was talking about. I was stupid. I'm an idiot. I'm going to regret what I said because when we find out he did pass away, Patrick, you're going to feel so horrible that you said this about this man. You're so certain. Well, guess what? Guess what? Your boy was right. I'm not here to gloat. I'm not here to tell you I told you so. I'm actually here to help console some people that believed it and felt, you know, gypped by it. I totally get it. And I sympathize with you if you were one of those people that went into this thinking there's something here. Because I don't blame anybody for having believed that story. I'm not here to judge anyone for what they believe. You can believe whatever you want. We all believe some crazy things. You know, I think the best barbecue comes from Texas. I'm right, of course, but, you know, some people don't think that. So I'm not here to judge people that thought that that was real. And in fact, to me, it showed you have a heart, that you thought he had perished and you were genuinely concerned for him. Well, he has come out and said it's all a hoax. It's all fake. He did it. He did it. He did what I wanted him to do. And I'm glad he did that. So respect for him coming out and saying that. And we're going to take a look at a couple videos that he put out to prove to y'all, because I'm sure there's going to be a handful of people who still say it's not a hoax. He's being forced to say this or whatever. I can't help those people. You know, you think whatever you want. All good. But I think this is a lesson we can all learn. Okay. I'm not here to gloat again. I'm not here to tell you I told you so. You know, I'm here to just, let's talk about it. What lessons can we learn from this particular thing? So let's do this. Let's take a look. He's got 2 videos that he posted. I think he's doing a live stream right now as well with something else. I don't even know what. But we're going to take a look at a couple videos. Let's confirm that he called this a hoax and fake, so you guys don't think I'm making it up like the other stuff. And let's just go from there. All right. Stay with me, y'all. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to everyone watching. Y'all rock.
Does that sound familiar? Is it like because I'm acting this whole thing out? Maybe. And you can think to yourself, if you're one who believed all this, maybe I was retarded. Yes, guys, it is all fake. I'm coming out to you now to say that. I got a lot of people trying to find me, and some I think have found me. So I guess it's time to end it. People showing up to my parents' workplaces to and yeah. What the power of the internet can do, huh? But enjoyed the entertainment while it lasted. It was fun. It was fun making the content for you guys. I wish I could have kept going on, but no, I can't because the internet is so good at what they do. So yeah, I'll give props to you guys for finding me. Could have made it a little longer, but I didn't. So there you have it. It's probably going to be a big rabbit hole on me in the next years to come, but that is okay. Did I take it too far, guys? Well, that's possible. I possibly did. If I endangered, like, my parents, but oh, it's cold out here. I was going to go on Polarity's stream, but honestly what I was going to do is tell him that I was faking it and see if he wanted to still do it, because I don't want to, like, discredit him in person. That's kind of why I haven't done any interviews yet, but oh, it's so cold. Ask me any questions you want on my emails and stuff, but I'm going to head back inside here.
Oh, geez, Manelli. Jeez, Manelli. So, guys, it's all fake. He did it just for the laughs, y'all. Just for entertainment. It was just for the laughs. I've got another video to show you that's honestly going to piss you off about this guy, because he took y'all who had a vulnerable heart, an open mind, and he took advantage of it. And he did exactly what I said he did in the video. All right? Exactly what I said in my video. It's exactly what it was. And it may not have been obvious for everyone, and that's okay, right? We all get fooled. I've been fooled. You've been fooled. We've all been fooled. But the lesson I hope people learn here is just use a little bit of critical thinking, right? If it's too good, sounds too good to be true, it's probably too good to be true. But again, I'm not here to blame people that thought it was real. Totally understandable. It's the internet. But all this is going to do, the amount of attention he got is going to make way more people want to do this. That's it. More people are going to do this and try to fool you because it was so easy to do. In his mind, right? In his mind, it was so easy to fool you. He thought it was harmless until people started showing up at his parents' work, right? Everything that I said would happen, happened. The authorities would get called. He broke the law, like his job. I knew all of this would happen because you can't fake your death online and expect nothing to happen. You can't get the internet involved. Are you crazy? The internet could find a blade of grass on the other side of the planet in under an hour. You know, they were absolutely going to find this guy and where he's at. And to be honest, there's some people that are going to be so pissed they're not done with him, I'm sure. Right? And I hope he pays a little price. You know, coming out and saying you're sorry, and even his sorry is pathetic, if you ask me. No offense. It's pathetic. He still doesn't get it because, as I said in my video, he's a child. He doesn't understand the extent to which this affected people, right? Again, you made people think, when I say you, James, Jimmy Jam Jam, again, as I call him, he made people think he died. He didn't think people would be concerned and look out for him? They did, and they were. And again, that just means you have a heart. You know, any of us who thought it was fake from the get-go, we're not better than people that thought it was real. We're not. Sorry. I don't feel that way. I don't feel that I'm better than anyone because I called it out and thought it was fake. I just thought it was fake and I called it out. It was that simple. I honestly didn't expect the reaction I would get from people. Again, it's the most downvoted video I've ever had. People reported my channel, death threats, all for calling this guy out because he had died. And how could you do that, Patrick? Not because I knew it was fake. And that's why you think this guy's going to somehow make it up to people? No, he's not. And he called out polarity in his video, right? Like saying, I was going to go on Josh. If y'all aren't familiar with the channel, Polarity covered this. I think Josh got like 10,000 subscribers from covering this, right? He got a lot of views, made a lot of money, got a lot of subscribers. Me, I got nothing but hate for calling it out because I didn't believe it. It would have been a much different road for me had I believed it, right? Everyone would have supported me. I would have got subscribers. I would have got views. I would have made a lot of money from it. But I couldn't do that, right? Now, Josh, I believe, genuinely believed there was something there. I don't think he was grifting, y'all. Josh is a good dude. He genuinely thought there was something there. Josh is a little younger than me. You know, I'm a little more traveled, a little more cultured. You know, maybe I have a more critical eye. Maybe I'm just more cynical. Could be just that. I don't know. But I don't want anyone attacking Josh either. He did what he thought was right, and he spent hours looking into it. It's not like he just brushed over it. And he came to the conclusion he did. And what I'm angry about is that James took advantage of that, right? He took advantage of good-hearted people that he won't pay back. He won't pay those people back. He won't pay the creators back for what they went through. Now, granted, they'll be fine. They gain subscribers, views, money. They'll get over it. Your average everyday person who watched this, they're not going to. So I think it's just a lesson moving forward. When people like this come out, we should require them to prove their claims. because people were counting on me to disprove it. Where's your evidence that it's fake? Hang on a second. Where's your evidence it's real? Whoever makes the claims needs to provide the evidence that it's real. It's not on me to disprove it. It's on the person making the claims to prove their own claims. Right? And if we really want to get to the truth, we've got to pressure these people that come out like this. Hey, man, you need to prove this. If it's just entertainment, it's just entertainment, and I get it, right? And that's what this guy thought he was doing. Because that's what people do when they come into the UFO community who have nothing to do with the UFO community, and they use this community as entertainment, as a game. They just play with you because they think you'll believe anything. So I can show you a thing I welded at my house, put it on some styrofoam in a room, flicker some lights, right? And you'll believe it. And people did, right? But again, I don't blame the people that believed it. I blame these guys who take advantage of it. It's like those preachers that, take advantage of their constituents, right? Of the congregation. I don't blame the congregation. I blame the preacher. That's all this guy did. He just took advantage of people's good nature and he shoved it in their face. He took that good nature and he wiped his ass with it. It's disgusting. Again, I hope that guy has a few sleepless nights. And I hope he does pay a little bit of price because that's the only way he's going to learn his lesson. And again, I still don't think he understands what he did, right? It's just a game, just entertainment. I get it. Just don't fake your death. Like, that's too much. So I hope when these things come out, people understand it's just entertainment and roll with it. And that's okay. We can be entertained. No problem. But for those of us who really want the truth about this phenomena, I'm one of those people. I really want to know the truth about this phenomena. I don't like being fucked with like that. I have a saying on Vetted. I want to believe, but I don't want to be deceived. Right? There's enough bullshit in this community. We don't need more people adding to it. There's one more video from this guy. And I'm sorry to play it for you because it's not going to make you happy. But you know what? A little tough love. We've got to listen to it so you can hear what this guy really thinks. Again, these are all videos he uploaded today. All right. My apologies ahead of time.
Hey guys, it's Jimmy here. I hope you enjoyed the latest film we made. It's kind of like Blair Witch Project stuff, found footage, but we did have to end it because a lot of you people on Reddit like to be sleuths online, which is good. But like showing up to people's workplaces can get a little sketchy, so...
I'm sorry, James. Showing up to people's workplaces can get a little sketchy? Really? You faked your death, bro. Screw you. Screw your workplace. Not the people you work with. You put them in that position. You put them in that position. You need to take responsibility for your actions. But again, James is a child and doesn't understand, what he did. If anything happened at his workplace, that's his fault, not the internet's fault, not Reddit's fault. You made people think you died. That's what was going to happen. People were actually concerned for you. Rightfully so. I mean, again, people have hearts. They're not robots out here. They thought you died because that's what you tried to convey. In my opinion, in a horrific way. It was so unbelievable to me. But there were a lot of people who believed it. And look, he's already putting blame on you guys on Reddit, on the internet for, hey, that's a little too intense. You did something too intense. Screw you, James. And I would like to think that my video is part of the reason he's coming out, because I laid into him, into that video, in my video. If you watch it, I put a link in the description. I laid into him, rightfully so. And again, I took so much heat for it, so much hate. I took death threats. I took so much goddamn hate for calling this guy out. But my show's called Vetted. And sometimes we actually have to vet people. I didn't enjoy doing it, but it was necessary. And this guy still hasn't learned his lesson. It's quite disgusting. Let's continue.
With law enforcement being involved in all of this,
With law enforcement being involved. I called it. That's what I said. He broke laws. You can't pretend to kill yourself online. And then people are going to use local resources. Hospitals, call the police, EMS, welfare check, right? He wasted resources, taxpayer dollars. There could have been people who actually needed help, but they had to go check on this motherfucker. Pardon my French. So imagine some old fucking lady fell down in her fucking bathtub and, oh man, we can't make it because someone else died. Screw this guy. I hope his parents, if he's from the country like I think he is, and he is, I hope his father whips the shit out of him. Old school style, man. I got whipped as a boy. Come on. Where my 80s babies at? 79. Grew up in a different time. You screwed around. You got whipped on the butt. That's how it goes. That's what this guy needs. He needs to learn a lesson from this. Of course he deserves a second chance. Of course he deserves redemption. Nobody's forgotten. But it clearly doesn't seem like he's learned his lesson. That's a problem. He's just going to try it again. My guess is this guy's going to do it again to see if he can fool you again. He needs to learn his lesson. And I hope his parents do come down hard on him. Probably still lives with his parents, which is fine. But this guy has not learned his lesson, and honestly, that's kind of upsetting.
I'm going to have to end it and come clean with you guys. But yes, it was all a hoax. Completely a hoax from the start. I got 20,000 people to believe me, possibly more. A bunch of YouTubes make a channel on me, which
I got a bunch of people to believe me. I got people to make YouTube videos on me. I really hope Josh from Polarity doesn't feel like an idiot. He shouldn't. He got fooled. We all get fooled. But I bet Josh is going to be pissed at this guy. And maybe he'll understand why I said what I said. Because I've been around the block and I've seen people like this, a long time. It's why I knew what it was. But he still hasn't learned his lesson. He still sees it as a joke, right? He's not making an apology video. He's just, I'm coming clean and I fooled you, right? He's bragging. He's gloating that he got people to make videos about him, which is exactly what I said he was trying to do. And he got people to believe him. That's all he wanted. He still hasn't learned his lesson. Let's continue.
I think will go down in history as something pretty funny, which is what I enjoy doing.
It will go down in history as something pretty funny. What? Again, screw you, James. This is not funny, dude. It's not funny to pretend to kill yourself, have a lot of people concerned for your death, and then, hey guys. Disgusting. Like I said in my video, absolutely disgusting. Again, all for entertainment. All for it. All for it. I love comedy too, bro. But this is not comedy, Jimmy Jam Jam. This is not comedy.
making people laugh. But sorry for having the internet scared for those few days of me potentially dying. But it didn't happen. I wasn't dead. A lot of people thought, they just came to the conclusion that I died, but that's their problem, I guess.
Wow, that's their problem. That's your problem. That's your problem for thinking he died, y'all. That's your problem, not his. You're the one that came to that conclusion, right? He didn't have anything to do with it. This guy's pathetic. This guy is pathetic. I almost feel bad for him that his life is so miserable that this is what he has to do. I don't know where his apology is, right? Where's his apology? He's not apologizing. Again, he's bragging. He's gloating that he fooled you, that he got you to believe this and defend it and attack people like me who weren't believing this, right? You think people are going to apologize to me? You think people are going to come to me and say something? No, they're not. And that's okay. I don't need it. I really don't. I'm just still upset with him. He still can't understand what he did. And again, he's not going to enjoy the type of comments he's probably going to get moving forward. Right? Let's continue.
I'm happy to entertain you for those few days, for the few months that we've been going on with this stuff. But yes, I did in fact make that thing. Yeah, it's been fun. I wish I could have kept going longer, but I can't because for obvious reasons, but yeah. I guess that's about it. I'll keep it short and sweet for you guys like usual. And maybe in the future we will do something else to entertain you. It might not be through the same channel, but just know that if there's a potential hoax going around, it might be me.
Wow. Wow. He's going to do it again. And if there's another hoax going around, it's him. He hasn't learned his lesson. Is there no one in his life? He must, maybe his parents just aren't around for him. How is nobody in his life telling him, hey, dude, stop. It's not a good idea. What are you doing? I don't know about y'all. Don't worry. I got my head on a swivel, y'all. Y'all live your lives. Take care of your families. Work your 2-3 jobs or whatever job you got. I know how hard a lot of y'all work. I know how lucky I am to do what I do. And I worked with my hands for almost 15 years in the restaurant industry, in the kitchen, running my own food truck. I worked 7 days a week, 16-hour days. I get it. You don't have the time. But guess what? I do. And I'm on the lookout for you guys. Whether it hurts me, whether I get hate for it, I'm still on the lookout for you guys. I still have your best interest. Even when people hated me for calling him out, I called him out because I knew what he was doing to people. It wasn't me. I didn't believe it, so I didn't care. But I knew people believed him, and I knew he was full of shit. And even when those people pushed back on me and said, no, it's real, I said it anyway. And I think that my video caused him to come out. I really do. And Reddit and the internet, right? Like all that pressure. Some of us who actually put the pressure on him got him to come out. So shout out to those on Reddit and the internet. You know, he did it to himself. You guys didn't dox him. He put this on himself. It's all his fault. But seems like this story isn't over, right? Because he's going to do it again. I know he is. He's going to come back out and do it again. He's young, so he may not be able to wait that long. But my guess is within about 2 months, see if I'm right again. My guess is in about 2 months, right? Six to 12 weeks, so 2 to 3 months, somewhere in there, there's going to be another hoax come around. Could be sooner because he's a child and he can't wait, right? And time passes slower for a child, right? Remember when you were a kid, a year took forever. When you're my age, it's like a week is a year. So he's going to try it again from a different channel. He'll probably come out as Flimmy Flam Flam, or whatever the fuck name he's going to use. And he's going to try something different, but you'll see similarities because he doesn't have the resources to really pull anything else together. But he hasn't learned his lesson. And it's, again, I stand by what I said in my video. It's disgusting. It's disgusting, and it's even more disgusting that he hasn't learned his lesson. I would feel a lot more sympathy for the guy if he was genuinely sorry, right? Coming out and being like, you know what? I fucked up. I just was trying to have fun with my friends or whatever. And I didn't realize people would actually be concerned and go to this, that would feel real. That would feel genuine. But instead he's gloating that he fooled you and he's saying he's going to do it again. So I stand by everything I said. Screw that guy. And no need to be on the lookout. No need to, keep your guard up. Come to Vetted. That's what I do for you, so you don't have to. My head's on a swivel. I got a keen eye. I watch everything. I pay attention to everything. And I have no problem calling people out, especially like this. I'm usually pretty neutral and open-minded and, hey, decide for yourself, right? Be open-minded. But remember to not be so open-minded, your fucking brain falls out. Right? But you also don't want to be so hard-headed that no new thoughts get in. It's a balance. Okay? It's a balance. But that's what I'm here for. I'm here to help. You do your shit, live your life. If you're wondering about something or a case or someone, watch my show. I do my best to point out any inconsistencies or red flags or things that seem off to me. And that's it. At the end of the day, you decide for yourself. Can't decide for you. And that's okay. And I want to give a shout out to my Discord as well. Link down below if you feel like joining. But I think we have like 1,500 members, 1,500 members. Great group of people with all kinds of beliefs. Staunch believers, staunch skeptics, all getting along together. One beautiful community. You know why? Because we're respectful. And we talk about things openly and honestly, and we respect each other's opinions. Oh, you believe that? Okay, cool. Why do you believe that? Oh, you don't believe that? Oh, why? Okay. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, I learned something. Oh, this. Oh, that. Right? So, having the discussion about this guy and many other things, it's really quite enlightening. You can learn a lot from hearing things you don't necessarily agree with. Vetted is not an echo chamber. We have lots of different opinions in there because I only have one rule. Don't be disruptive. That's it. Think what you want. Have any opinion you want. Just don't be disruptive. Right? That's it. Be cool. Be cool, man. It's that simple. I appreciate everyone that supported me through this and had my back. I don't forget those things. It'll be interesting to see how some people react to this, how some creators react to this and come back from it. And And I hope they're as mad at this guy as I am. But if they're not, they're not. It's all good. You know, people do whatever they want. But if you want a skeptical look at things sometimes, but again, I'm open-minded as anybody, but someone who is just a little more critical about this stuff. And you know why I am? Because of shit like this. That's why I'm a little more critical. Patrick, you're not open-minded. You just, yeah, well, now you know why I have my guard up. Now you know why I have my guard up. Because people do shit like this all the time. People are constantly trying to bullshit the community. So yeah, I got my guard up. You know, I recently moved to Europe. And something about Europe that's different from most of the US, not everywhere, like for instance, New York City, there's a lot of pickpocketing here. That's just like a thing. People pickpocket here. You know what pickpockets look for? You know what kind of people they look for? People that aren't paying attention. People are just got their heads in the clouds, just moving along. They're not worried about anything. That's who they go for. That's who they go pickpocket, because they're not paying attention. I pay attention. I don't get pickpocketed. But how did I learn that lesson? I got pickpocketed. I got robbed when I was a kid. My family's from Mexico City. So I used to go to Mexico City when I was a kid. And I got robbed as a child. As a child, I got robbed multiple times. Until I learned my lesson. Head on a swivel. Pay attention. Be aware of your surroundings. Look at everything and everyone. I really do feel bad for the people that believe this, were genuinely concerned for this guy. I feel bad for those people. I really do. And that's why I made my video. Because I wanted to force this guy to come out and say it's fake, it's a hoax. So that those people would not be worried. I mean, I had people telling me they couldn't sleep. And again, to me it was completely obvious. But to them it wasn't. And that's okay. You know, my job isn't to believe everything. You know, my job isn't to believe every story that comes out. Anybody can do that. My job is to take a closer look and maybe ask some questions of why some things seem off. Even the most foolproof story you can think of. Why not ask some questions? It could be something off. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But if you don't ask those questions, you could be going down a rabbit hole you shouldn't go down, or investing time and energy into something that's not worth investing time and energy. Because what's the one commodity we can't get back? Time, right? So I sympathize with all of y'all. I'm sorry that it happened this way. And clearly the guy has not learned his lesson. And screw that guy. But I'll be on the lookout for his next thing, and I'll call him out immediately. This one I let go. I knew it was fake from the beginning, but I just let it go till he faked his death. But now I'm going to be on the lookout, and if I think that this guy's involved with another hoax, I'm going to call him out and bring every goddamn resource down on that guy. And I hope he learns his lesson from this. I hope he doesn't do it again. But he's going to gloat. He's happy that you fell for it. He's happy that he fooled you. And he's happy that you gave him money for it. So he tricked you, he robbed you, and you gave him money, right? It's like, oof, that's tough. That's tough. That's, you know, not often that someone like this is out there. But again, he's young, he's a child. So we'll see how it goes. But look, there's a couple, let's go to some chat here. I think y'all deserve a little bit of attention here, all right? So I got the chat as big as I can on the screen. Let's go to some comments. Got a couple super stickers. You know, don't have to give me any money, okay? I appreciate it. Keep doing what you're doing, dude. Thank you so much, Laura. Really appreciate you. I wish I could give you that money back. You don't have to give me money. I appreciate you. Just got a little super sticker here. Thank you so much. I'm not here to drain you guys of every dollar you have. That's why I don't do a lot of live streams. I don't like people super chatting and giving money and this and that. YouTube is free, right? You can watch YouTube for free. Yeah, you got to watch some ads. And if you have premium, you got to pay for that. But, you know, I do offer a little Patreon. Of course, I got a merch, but I try to make everything as free as possible. That's why I get sponsors, so they can pay for shit. Yeah, you might have to sit through an ad or do something, you know. But, you know, live streaming, it's just tough, honestly. I don't know how people live stream. I'm not really a fan of it. It's really tough to do. And people who live stream well are really tough. All right, Monkey Boy. Shout out to Monkey Boy. Check out his crash out on Twitch. His face is front and center. Wow. I don't know how to do Twitch, but I kind of would be interested to see his face so that everyone knows what that face looks like. But at the same time, he doesn't deserve it. He doesn't deserve it. And if he tries to fake again, he's not going to show his face anyway. Don't worry. I'll be on the lookout for you. Like I said, you don't need to be on the lookout. I got your back. I got everyone's back. Whether you like it or not, or whether you appreciate it in the moment or not, eventually you will. Hey man, respect your stance on this. I had a strong differing opinion in the beginning of this. Was genuinely worried and gullible. Unfortunately, you were right, man. That's all good. It's all good. Totally get it. Again, I totally understand why people bought into it, why they believed it. Totally get it. I want to believe just as bad as anyone else. So I totally understand. Honestly, if I didn't do this every day for my job, I maybe think the same way, right? So I totally get it. It's all good. It's just my job. I do it every day, all day. I look at shit all the time. Like that's in my show is called Vetted. Like I take a critical look for other people that don't. I'll be honest, my channel would be much bigger if I took a different approach. If I believed it all and come on guys, let's do, you know, my channel would be much bigger. But there's enough people doing that. And someone's got to ask these questions, man. You know, someone's got to ask these questions. Sin says the death noises were real. He used a recording. He came clean during an interview with someone from Discord who was actively driving to his house. He came clean with how he did everything. Well, I'll be honest with you, Sin. I wouldn't believe any of that. He didn't come clean about anything. And I wouldn't even believe him explaining how he faked it. Because he's going to make it sound like he's a genius and he did all these genius things. Because he's a liar and a fraud. So I actually don't believe that. I don't think the death noises were real at all. They were him faking it. And he's lying to you again, and you're eating it up. It's not true. I'm calling it right now. It's not true. I think you can't believe anything he says. You know what I mean? Anything. Even if he's trying to tell you how he did it, I wouldn't believe a word of it. Vetters assemble. That's right, Roland. We had a lot of vetters calling us out in our Discord, man. Right away. Boom. This, that, the other. You know what I mean? Shout out to all them. They did a lot of work. I did my own research. I didn't just take everyone's word for it, what they told me in the Discord. I went and looked up a lot of the stuff. I watched every single video. I went through it all. But they were right on board too. I wasn't the only one that thought this. A lot of people called it out. And a lot of people got shamed as well for calling it out. So maybe that's another lesson we could learn. If something like this happens and people are calling it out, but you believe it, let them call it out. You believe, let them call it out, right? No need to attack each other, because I didn't attack anyone who believed it at all. But people attacked those of us who were calling it out a lot. I'm not saying everybody, but most people did. And shamed me. And it's okay. It's over. We'll let bygones be bygones. We're adults, we can move on. But don't worry. Again, I got your back. I'll be on the lookout for this guy. Melissa, yes, I was very, very gullible. No, you weren't, Melissa. You weren't gullible. You know what you were? You're interested in this topic and you care. Don't be ashamed of that. Be proud of that, right? Be proud of that. I think it's a good thing. Yeah, I think it's a good thing. I really do. So don't be ashamed. Again, so you got me here for. If you're interested in a story or you're wondering, come watch and see what I'll say about it. I'll do some research. I'll put it out. I'll always state if it's my opinion or whatever. But I promise you my opinion is thought out. It comes from experience, from a lot of different things. But at the end of the day, always make up your own mind and never feel ashamed for believing in something, even if it comes out to be fake. This is the guy who should feel sorry. This guy should feel ashamed of himself. Because he took advantage of good-hearted people like Melissa here, who now feels guilty and, like, oh, it's gullible. It's not fair to you. James deserves all of it. And he's still lying. Think about that. He's still lying to everybody. He's going to explain how he did it all, amazing cloak and dagger, I did this, I fake death noise. He didn't do any of that shit. He's still lying. Sheena says, it means you have a heart. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. People who thought he died and perished, you have a heart. You were like, oh shit, another human being is suffering. I'm concerned. That's not gullible. You have a heart. If I genuinely thought the guy was injured, I would have also wanted to find out where he was and make sure he's okay. But I knew he was full of shit. So I didn't think that. You know what I mean? But if I did, I would have thought the same thing. So I don't want anyone to feel like no one should feel bad for believing the story. No one should feel bad for thinking he got injured or hurt. No one should feel bad for that. That all the blame falls on that guy. Even the people who called me out, for calling him out. I don't even blame them. They believed in something so much that they thought they were doing a good thing by defending him. And they saw a guy, me, angry about that and thought I was in the wrong. So they called me out. So in their mind, they were coming from a good place in calling me out. Were they wrong? Yes. But in the moment, they didn't think they were wrong, right? I wrote something on Twitter today. You can tell a lot by a person in their victories, right? When someone's victorious, you can tell a lot by them, how they handle that victory. But you can tell a lot more about a person when they lose, when they're not victorious, when they're wrong. So we'll see what people do afterwards with this story. That's what will set people apart. That's what will show true character, right? Because character is who you are when no one's looking, right? And James showed us what kind of character he is and what kind of character he has. Not a good one. But again, he's a child. He still needs to learn his lesson. Google, Ellen, massively wrong, and I'm sorry for that. Again, thought he was hurt, needed help. Totally get it. Totally get it, totally understand. And again, it's good to know people got hearts out there and people aren't heartless. Again, it's his own fault. I know he's trying to blame everyone else for, going to his work and this, that, and the other and all that shit. It's his fault. He created all of this, and he should sleep in the bed of it. I know he's doing an interview somewhere and he's talking and this. I don't want to hear one word from that guy. I could care less what that dude has to say about anything because he's a liar. And I don't trust a word that comes out of that guy's mouth, nor does he deserve that attention. So, it is what it is. I've gone almost an hour here. I don't really know what more I can say about this guy. Not really trying to harp on it anymore. So, just final thoughts here. Again, let's recap. James has stated his story was fake and it was false. And he's happy he fooled you. You fell for it. And, he's going to try to do it again. He didn't learn his lesson. He's upset that some of y'all went and found where he lived and his work and this and that. Never once apologized for making people think he died. In fact, he said, that's your problem if you thought that. That's your fault, not his. Yikes. If the death noises were real, what ain't he dead? The death noises were not real. Like I said, he's even trying to tell people, he's still lying to people and people are still believing him. It's like, some of y'all I can't help. If you're still believing things that are coming out of his mouth, that's your own fault at this point. I mean, come on. When someone shows you who they are, believe them. He's a liar. He's a hoaxer. One thing is to hoax and then come clean, but he's still passing judgment on everyone else. So, whatever. All right. Well, look, everyone have a good night. Forget about this guy. Move on. Who cares what he says now? Again, I got your back. I will be on the lookout for this guy coming out again, and we'll call it out immediately, and maybe I'll get some more support this time. Again, I'm really sorry, and I empathize with a lot of you that were believing in this story, and I'm sorry that you got duped. I'm sorry that this guy did it, and I'm sorry that he still hasn't learned his lesson, and I'm sorry he's still lying about it. He's going to milk this for everything he can, and it's sad. It's sad, but, do what you want, think however you want, believe what you want. It's all good. Doesn't affect me. I sleep good at night. I got a great life, beautiful wife. I live in a beautiful old Spanish town. Look them up. Look at this. Life is good. So I'm fine. But for the rest of you that, don't have a lot of time on your hands, very busy with life, which I totally respect. Just come to Vetted if you want. A little more skeptical look at some of these stories that rightfully so it deserves. We should have a more skeptical viewpoint of some of these stories just for this reason. If most stories were real and all this stuff, then it would be a lot different, right? But as this story proves, you can't believe everything you see on the internet. Surprise, surprise. So I got your back. Thank you guys for all the support. You guys rock. And I appreciate everyone that, stuck by me through all of this. I don't forget those things, and loyalty in that sense means a lot to me, and the support does. So maybe we'll make some new fans, some new vetters. If anyone wants to join the Discord, again, we got a lot of people in there. that would love to have you. And, you know, we have some great conversations in there. So if you're lost in this community and you don't have anyone to talk to and you feel like no one takes you seriously, either you've had an experience or even if you think this is all bullshit, you know, or maybe you're somewhere in the middle, you know, or it's whatever, come to the Vetted Discord. I promise you, you're going to find nice, respectful conversation about this topic and other things. We also like to have fun with other topics. We're just real people, you know, real people having conversations about this, right? So if that's you and you feel like you need somewhere to go, have at it. Links down below. All right, y'all. Love you guys so much. I'll try to do more live streams. It seems like a lot of people do like it. I don't mind them every once in a while. This one was fun, actually, to do. I think I can do an hour, just a solid hour. If I do that a few times a week, maybe that'll be worthwhile. So anyway, thank you guys. Thank you guys for taking the time. And we'll see you guys on the next one. Remember, every day's a gift, y'all.